Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Karen Marie and today I'm doing a Friday Sews for you. Now I am actually outside on my veranda right now and yeah, I thought I'd film outside, but of course the moment you hit record things happen. So the neighbors start their projects and suddenly everyone with a motorcycle or a tractor apparently is like coming out with them straight in front of my house. So yeah, it's a bit tricky, but I really wanted to spend some time outside, seeing as it's actually nice weather. Yay. So yeah, bear with. I'm hoping that you can still hear me and it'll be fine. So yeah, the lighting is also a bit tricky, isn't it? Okay, so anyway, I also have to sort of confess that I'm recording this on Thursday, the 1st of August. So I'm cheating just a little bit, but I'm hoping that I'll be forgiven for that too. So yeah, what I've been up to this week. I haven't actually been sewing that much this week because my family and I went to the family cabin up in the mountains this week, and yeah, it's not possible to bring my sewing machine up there with me. I have started a new project. I'm not going to tell you about that, but yeah, so my husband's family owns a cabin up in the mountain range that's called Rondane, which is very close to the national park, and it's pretty high up in the mountains. And my kids absolutely love going there, but it is a good 2-hour drive away, and so it's a bit too far to sort of just go there on a whim in a weekend and everything. So it's mainly, we mainly go up there in the school holidays. But we absolutely love it up there, but it's the simple life. So, there's an outhouse and yeah, there is a solar panel, so enough to run a little TV and charge your phones and everything. But yeah, it's the simple life. So I couldn't really bring my big sewing projects with me, but I did manage to start a totally new project, and that was English paper piecing, and I've never done that before, so it was so exciting to get started on something completely new. But yeah, I'm going to tell you a little bit about that in a moment, but I really wanted to show you what it looks like up there. Got nothing to do with sewing. But yeah, I thought you might want to see what it was like. So I'll put that little footage in now. Hello! So it's the hiking sews today. This is absolutely nothing to do with sewing, but I thought I wanted to show you what it looks like up here where we are hiking. So I'll turn you around and let you have a look at the view. Yep, that was a little snippet of what it looks like on our lunch break today. I wish I had that kind of view every day. So that was a little view from our hike on Sunday. My eldest is really into hiking. My youngest, not so much. So my youngest stayed with my husband at the cabin while my eldest and I went hiking on Sunday, and we went for a pretty nice long hike that day, and it was really nice weather, and yeah, we had a great time. So when I got back to the cabin on Sunday, I started the English paper piecing project. So I'll enter a little bit of footage of that too. Back at the cabin after a very long day hiking in the mountains, and I am now trying my hand at English paper piecing. So there are templates, thread. I got these little clips. the needle packet that we got in Andrea's advent calendar last year, and these are the first attempts, and I've used scraps for this so far, and the little brook is clucking and this is my view. Yeah, so basically English paper piecing is a technique for a hand sewn like quilt or like patchwork basically, so you could use it for anything obviously, but yeah, and the idea is that you wrap your fabric pieces around a paper template, so it can be like hexagons is very classic, but it can also be many other shapes. So, and I'm definitely not an expert because I just started my first ever project on that. So I started my little project and I really like it. I'm no good at hand sewing, like no good at that, but I did feel like it was like very mindful sitting there listening to an audiobook and just slowly piecing this together. So this is as far as I got. Oops, balancing you there. Yeah. And I have not been worrying about like placement or things like that. This is going to be a very like totally scrappy project. I didn't even consider like a color palette or anything. I simply cut squares out of some scraps that was sort of on top of my pile and started sewing. So I brought this little plastic bag full of different scraps. I cut them out. I didn't even cut them into sort of a hexagon shape, to be fair. I just cut out, like, these are proper 4-inch squares, about that. And yeah, I could have gone smaller because there's, you know, quite a bit of seam allowance on the other side, which will create bulk, obviously. But yeah, I'm not going to worry about this at all. This is not like a perfection thing at all. It's just something that I can bring with me while, you know, school is soon starting up again, and there will be times when I'm driving kids to afternoon activities and waiting in the car and stuff like that. It's perfect for that kind of like keeping your hands busy while you're waiting for things kind of deal. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying my first little step into English paper piecing. I'm just going to call it EPP because obviously I can't pronounce it without like stopping and putting my teeth back in. So EPP it is. Yeah. So I'm going to link a few resources below that I've had a look at to start this. I also saw that there is a class on this on Craftsy, where I currently have a subscription, thanks to Ruan from the Yorkshire Circle, who tipped me off on this. So yeah, I'm going to have a look at that too, but I haven't really started those videos yet. But I'll link the free resources below, and you can have a look at that if you're interested. I am, by the way, wearing my new Atelier Jupe Frida blouse that I talked about last time. This is my first time wearing it. And I'm really liking it. I don't know if I told you about this, but I actually hacked the pattern slightly. I lengthened it just a little bit and I put a sort of curved hem on it. But I'm going to do a July makes video, and then I'll tell you a lot more about the makes. Yeah. Okay, so what's on the agenda? Apart from the ash jeans that I'm doing for the collab with Rachel, featuring the hashtag sew jeans with us. I hope you remember to use that if you're following along. I'm going to make myself a new sweater or a t-shirt. I don't know yet what it's going to be, but it's either going to be like a proper t-shirt or it's going to be a t-shirt with long sleeves. and I'm going to make it with the fabric that I got in Germany that I showed you in one of the earlier videos, and it's kind of a flowery fabric, so it's very summery. And I have been thinking about making the Somerset tee by Maven pattern, but I was also considering using the Tessuti Mandy bow tee pattern. I've never tried that before, but I've been very curious to try more Tessuti patterns after the win of the Esther shorts that I've had like a recent summer love affair with. So I really want to try more Tessuti patterns, and the Mandy bow tee is a free pattern. But I'm a little concerned that the sleeves might be a little tight. So have you made the Mandy bow tee? If you have, would you like to leave me a comment and tell me whether or not the sleeves are very tight? Because I've sort of seen some pictures and they look quite tight, and I have, you know, sizable biceps. So I don't want something that's uncomfortably tight around my bicep. Yeah, so please let me know if you've made it and what you think about it. So yeah, that's something that I'm going to make for me. But I also have some plans to do some selfless sewing. So one of the projects that I definitely want to make up is a pair of trousers for my husband. And I was supposed to do this earlier this summer, and I'm going to make him a pair of bright turquoise, actually, linen trousers. And I got the fabric from my sister a good while back, and I haven't been able to decide what to make with it, but it is a good like midway to bottom weight actually fabric, linen, pure linen, and it's really high quality. And I want to make my husband a pair of trousers, and I'm going to make the Wardrobe by Me, is it called the men's summer pants, men's summer trousers, something like that, I think. I'm going to link everything below, obviously, so you can have a look. And that should be a quite like straightforward sew, and I should have made it earlier this summer, but you know, time just, yeah, it got away from me basically. But there's still a little bit of summer left, here's to hoping. So I'm going to try to make him those trousers. The other things that I want to make are, I want to make something for one of my nieces. One of my nieces is starting school this autumn, and she's very excited about that. And she usually likes it when I sew her things, and so I thought I would sew her just a basic t-shirt or a sweater or something like that, just as a little like surprise, and I don't know, something just because she's starting school. And when I make things for her, I usually make a little something for her younger sister too, to keep things fair. And they usually enjoy having matching t-shirts and stuff, so I might just end up making her a new t-shirt. And maybe a pencil case or something like that, just as a little, you know, surprise for starting school. And I do have a little bit of jersey that might fit for the occasion, but I also must say I've had my eye on some fabric from Elvelyckan Design, which is a Swedish online store. They have like quite pricey fabrics, but yeah, you can sometimes get a deal there too. And I think I don't know if they specialize in this, but they usually have quite a bit of fabric like specially designed for them, that features Astrid Lindgren characters like Pippi Longstocking, and yeah, they're just adorable. So I thought that if I found something really great on Elvelyckan Design, I might purchase something from them to make for my nieces. So I'll link everything below, obviously, so you can have a look. So yeah, that's on my selfless sewing plans. And yeah, I forgot, I also promised to make my youngest daughter a t-shirt dress, and that's from a fabric that I got earlier this summer. it's sort of a white and lilac check fabric with huge apples on it. And yeah, she loves wearing dresses, so I thought I'd make her a simple t-shirt dress. I might use just a regular t-shirt pattern that I use for her. I think it's called the Everyday Sweater. Yeah, from Made Every Day. That's sort of a standard pattern that I use, that I've used a lot over the years, and I might just make her like a longer t-shirt to make it a proper t-shirt dress, or I might just, you know, chop it off at the waistline and then make a gathered skirt onto that or something like that. But I've promised to make that. So those are 3 selfless sewing projects that I have going. So yeah, and in other news, the AO cutting mats that I've ordered from the UK are coming. I've received a notification that it's heading for the International Depot, and that the AO cutting mats that I've ordered from my new glorious cutting table is on their way. They will be delivered sometime in mid-August, and when they have been delivered and I've been able to fit them onto my new cutting table, etc., I will show you how my new sewing space is looking. But I'll wait until I've got everything, you know, settled. So yeah, that was it for me this week. This turned out to be a lot longer than I had planned. Sorry about that. I hope you're still with me. And if you're interested in following along with my sewing journey, then please do consider putting a like and a subscribe on this video. And the next things that will be coming up is probably a July makes video and a August plans video, so that's coming. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and please do leave me a comment on what you think about my little adventure into EPP, etc. And yeah, thank you so much for commenting and keep coming back to my videos. I really do appreciate it, and it brings me so much joy. See you soon. Bye.